Beauty, and today's video is a Cinderella inspired goth look. It's part of a collab with a bunch of Instagram and YouTube makeup artists on Disney princesses. I made this goth Cinderella look. I'm wearing this lace dress from Forever 21. I'm wearing these earrings that were thrifted, and I'm wearing this headband that I don't even know where I got it. I think it was a hand-me-down. And I'll have all of their links to their channels and their videos as part of this collab below. So if you want to see how to get this like kind of sharp goth Cinderella inspired look, then just keep watching. So we're going to prime the eyes using the NYX white eyeshadow base. My brows are already done. This is a white cream product, so I'm just going to put this on with my fingers so that the warmth melts it into my skin and kind of makes it blend in with my skin a little bit better, so it's not super stark white, because we do want to lighten the skin for a goth look, but we don't want it to be like stark face paint clown white, if that makes sense. And so I'm just going to spread it all the way from my lash line up to my brow bone. And then I'm actually going to carve out my brow using this with just whatever flat dense concealer brush that's synthetic. And this is just going to make the entire area white for later when we add white to our foundation, and just lighten everything up for that really, you know, stark, pale, gothic look. Very, very, very porcelain. And then I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade Plus Light Eye Palette, and I'm going to start with this black shade. And I'm just going to take any angled sort of brush and start kind of carving out like I would do a winged liner, but just with the eyeshadow. It can be pretty messy because we're going to blend it inward. Even if it kind of, on the part where you want to be sharp, which is the lower part, even if it's a little messy there, that's okay, because we can clean that up with concealer later. I just really use a light hand and sort of dab the product on and make sure my lines are really being placed where I want them, and that I'm not making them too large, because we can build later, but we just want everything to be small to begin with so that we can build and that we're not messing up and making it too big to start with. And then I'm just going to blend it in using that same brush without taking any additional product. And I'm going to start dragging the line upward, sort of in the shape of my orbital bone. And that's going to be sort of like the cut crease, really sharp, triangular, goth, winged out eyeshadow. And so we're just going to continue to take more eyeshadow and blend it inward and darken that outer corner and make sure it's becoming a little bit more gray as we blend inward. And we're just going to keep making it sharper and making it longer and go further inward as much as we want. And then we're going to take a fluffier sort of brush, and we're just going to start blending that out and blending it inward, making sure not to take it outside of our sharp lines that we have, but we are just going to keep blending it inward. And then I'm going to take this grayish tone, it's the big central one on the palette, and I'm going to take that on that same fluffier brush, and I'm going to use that to sort of blend really more in towards the eyeball, like towards the iris of the eye. And this is just a matter of like really using slow, sharp movements to just push the product inward, if that makes sense. We're not doing like a full all over fluffy blend yet. We're just going to keep taking black even on that fluffy brush and just darken that outer corner, because that's where we want it to just be really stark black. That's what's gonna make it look goth, is really stark black on the outer corner. And then we're just gonna take the angled brush and we're gonna continue to draw out the shape of our orbital bone. If you have really rounded or protruding lids, then you can really just round out the shape of your eye. Since I have hooded lids, I really just want to focus on shaping out that orbital bone, and then just take a clean fluffy brush and blend inside that. And then we're going to take moisturizer on a Q-tip or whatever you like to sharpen up your lines. It could be a makeup wipe, and we're just going to carve out underneath that bottom line. And then I'm going to spray a brush with Max Fix Plus, and I'm going to dip it into this shimmery light blue pigment from NYX. It's from their Pearl pigment collection. And I'm just going to start painting this on my entire lid. And the Fix Plus is going to kind of make it like a metallic-y paste sort of thing, so it's going to be really easy to apply, and it's going to apply very pigmented, very metallic, very shimmery, very bright, so to speak. And so you're just going to literally pack this on all the way inside from your inner corner to the outer area where your winged out eyeshadow is, and you're just going to pack it on until it's nicely pigmented and fills that entire area all the way up to your upper line. Bear in mind while you do this, an easy way to blend it out is to take it when it has less product and sort of move it around. It's something that you'll understand once you do it. And then I'm just going to take my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in Carbon Black, and I'm just going to coat my upper and lower lashes to prep for falsies. Oh, one other thing. I lined my eyes completely with eyeliner and lost the footage. So literally just take your eyeliner, don't even do a wing, just do a freaking line around your entire eyes and bring the one underneath down really far. And then apply your falsies. These are the Allure 121s. I feel like it defeats the purpose that the eyeliner bit was gone, but you're just literally just going to line the natural shape of your eyes pretty thickly, and that's what's going to give it that really goth look without it being too sultry. It's just going to be sharp. And then I'm going to take kind of a cocktail of concealers. I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and mix it with an Inglot white concealer to really lighten it up, and that's what I'm going to use to carve out the eyeliner, and both like the rounded shape underneath my eye and the winged out eyeshadow shape. And I'm just going to carve that out and use the brush to bring it downward so it's easier to blend like we do with our eyebrows and whatever else. And then I'm just going to blend it out with any dense synthetic brush, just like I would with my regular eye concealer. The Inglot concealer is really thick, not that you'll necessarily use that one, but if you do use a white cream paint, it's going to take a little bit more really pressing movements to buff it into the skin, if that makes sense. It is a thicker product than the liquid concealer that you might use. I mean, it just depends on what you use, but you just want your brush to be dense and synthetic, and it will really do the blending for you. And I'm actually, before I do my complexion, I'm going to do my lips. And I'm going to use the Kat Von D ink liner actually to line my lips. It's just a black eyeliner, but I really like the sharp tip. It can give you a really nice sharp line without any little bumpiness or patchiness that you can get with some pencil eyeliners. So I'm literally just going to line my natural bottom lip, and then when I get to the top lip, I overdraw just in the center of the Cupid's bow to give that really pouty effect that Cinderella might have. And you're just going to want to make the lips look really like supple and, you know, generally attractive. And then I'm just going to take LA Girl cream lipstick in Dreamer, and I'm going to fill my entire lips with this. As you can see, you can just fill it inside the eyeliner. Yeah, it's already black, so pretty simple. And then we're going to carve out the lips using our same concealer concoction and a nice dense concealer brush. And this is just a matter of carving just like you would with your eyebrows or eyeliner. Just really get close to that lip line and just carve that shit out. It's a little tougher when you get to the top. You're going to have to really get your hand into an awkward position. If you have like a better brush for this, then totally go for that. But you're just going to want to really round out the shape of that Cupid's bow and make sure you're, you know, going along with the natural part where you filled in where your natural lip is, and then you're also filling in where you overlined in that shape as well. And then you can just like move that around with the brush so it's easier to blend with your same dense synthetic brush. And then for foundation, I'm going to mix the Inglot concealer with my, just whatever foundation you like to use. I think I used like my Almay non-comedogenic one. And you're just going to mix those together, dot that all over the face like you would. And then I'm just going to take this Eco Tools complexion brush and I'm just going to buff that into the skin. You've seen me do this a million times before. Adding the white concealer is really just going to lighten it up without cooling it or taking out any of like whatever tone it is. It's just going to make it really light. If you have a deeper skin tone, then it's totally cool for you to actually just, you know, take a lighter foundation than the one you use. But adding white makes it so that you don't have to, you know, buy an extra product if you already have a white cream product. And just buff it in as you normally would with your foundation. And then I'm going to contour, and I'm going to use that same cooler brown shadow from the Shade and Light eye palette. And I'm just going to use this Eco Tools angled brush, and I'm going to carve out my cheekbones, and then I'm going to carve out my nose, just super simple like you've seen me do before. And I'm going to skip highlight and blush for this because that would make it less goth. That would make you look a lot more alive, which is not what you want when you're going for a goth look, even if you're Cinderella. And so I'm just literally going to set everything using any translucent powder and a big fluffy brush. And then that is it, you guys. That is my Goth Cinderella look for part of the collab with a bunch of, you know, cool ass beauty gurus on Instagram and YouTube. And I hope you guys go check out their videos, and please, please, please subscribe, and you're all done. Thank you so much for watching.